everyone, welcome back to Nuzat Ma'am ki online classes. Today we will start chapter number 8, classes and object in Java. We are familiar with the concept of classes and object. We have done this thing in chapter number 6. Object and class are fundamental part of object-oriented programming. Java is an object-oriented programming and we are going to use this object and class in our Java program. Here we will take an example of laptop to quickly revise the concept of class and object. Here, laptop model is a class and the people who are buying this laptop are its object. That is real world entity, or we can say that it is the instance of that class. Everyone is getting the same MacBook with all its features, but the data inside each MacBook is different. For example, suppose Lily is a teacher, so she will maintain the record of students. Robin is a doctor, so he will maintain the record of patient in his laptop. Bob is a student and he is a fan of computer subject. He likes computer subject very much, so he will download all my notes from Google. So that is all related to class and object. Object of same class can have different data. Now we will see how to create a class. Defining a class is pretty easy. In Java, a class is defined with class keyword and then you have to write your own class name. Every class you write in Java has two basic features that are attribute and behavior. For example, I am creating a person class with the attribute ID and name and method as display. Here I will open Notepad. As I told you earlier, we have to write keyword class. And I am creating person class, so I will give the name as person to this class name. Here I will write two attributes, that is ID and name, integer ID and string name. And to use this variable and functionality, we need to create an object like Lily, Robin and Bob are our object. Here I will show you how to create an object of this class inside the main function. So here I am going to write main function, public static void main string argument opening square bracket and closing square bracket, and then here I will close the round bracket, here opening curly bracket to start the main function, and here I will close it. Fine. And here I will show you how to create an object of this class person. First you have to write the class name, that is person, and then you have to write your object name. Right now I will write as P1 and then equal to sign. Then you have to use new keyword to create an object, new, and then again class name and with round braces. Here I will put semicolon. Now try to understand this thing. Person P1 is called as reference variable. First step in creating an object is to declare a reference variable or a variable of type class. The syntax to declare reference variable is class name and then variable name equal to new person round bracket, that is an object. Second step, instantiate. New is the keyword used to create an instance of the given class and it will allocate the memory for it. And lastly, the class name with round braces is the constructor. And the constructor is a special kind of method defined in the class and it is called automatically when the object is created. It is used to initialize the value for that object. Let's see how our object get memory. Here, P1 is a reference variable that point to a memory block. When you create a new object in Java with new keyword, Java automatically allocate the right amount of memory to that object in the special portion of the memory called heap. You don't have to allocate any memory for any object explicitly. Java does it for you and it will return a reference to an object. Reference is the address of the memory location where the object is stored. What happens when you are finished with that object? In Java, when objects are no more needed, the memory is claimed back for reuse. Once you are done with an object, you can reassign all the variables that might hold the object and remove it from the memory. Java has a garbage collector that look for unused objects and reclaim the memory that those objects are using. You don't have to do any explicit action to free the memory. That garbage collector will do it for you. Here we will see how to access this instant variable, integer ID and string name, how we can access it. So here I will show you. We have to use dot notation to get the value of instant variable and instant method via object. See here, with dot notation, the reference to an instant variable or method has two parts, the object on the left side and the variable or method on the right side. So we can say that dot is an operator with left to right associativity. Here we will do this thing practically. Here I will write my object name and then variable name as id equal to some value. Right now I will give 1010. P1 dot name equal to string you have to write in double quote, say Lily. Double quote get over semicolon. This way we can initialize the value of a variable directly by using an object. Here I will write display method, void, it will not return anything. Display round braces for method, curly bracket to start this method, and here I will close it. Here I will write system.out.println. Here I will print id and then I will print name. System.out.println name. So this method also I will call using object. So here I will write as we did for variable. Same thing we have to do for method. Object name dot method name, then round braces and then semicolon. Here I will save the file. On desktop I will save it. Here I will give the file name as person. That is my class name dot java. Here I open command prompt. Here I will change the directory to desktop. Here I will compile it, javac, file name. Now I will run it, java, class name, that is person. See, this way we are getting the output. Now we will try to understand usage of multiple class. Here I will write main function inside another class, say class person. And here I will change this class name to member. Here I will close it. So many students get confused when we have multiple class, then what will be the file name? Here we have person class even and we have member class even, then what name we should give for file? So you have to see here the class which contain the main function can be the main class. So person class is the main class as it include the main function here. So class name will be the person. And to access the attribute and method of this member class, I have to create an object of member class. So here I will change it to member and here also I will write my class name as member. So this way also we can do. Save the file. Yes, we are getting same output. Here I can use one method even to set this value. I will show you how to do it. Here I will call that method p1 dot set data. I'm going to write this method and then my value is 1010 and then string Lily. And here I will write that method void set data. You have to write the same name here, don't change it. And then it will take two arguments, one is integer and the second one is string. So here I will write in round braces integer. Right now I will give as PID and then string p name. You can give any name here. And here I will assign the value. So this ID will get the value from PID, that is 1010 only, and this name will get the value of p name, that is Lily right now. So here I have to write id equal to PID and name equal to p name. So here I will save it and here I try to run. So this way using method also we can set the value. Here I will create one more member for Bob. So here I will write member p2 equal to new member round braces. Here I will call the set data p2 dot set data, say 2020 and then Bob. So this way we are again calling this method. We don't have to rewrite it again. So PID will get this value 2020 and this p name right now will get the value Bob. And then we will call the display method even, then only we will get the output p2 dot display. Save it. Yes. So this way we are getting an output. Yes. Now we will move to our next topic, that is constructor. Constructor is a special kind of method that is invoked or you can say called automatically when a new object is created. Here I will show it practically. Here then we don't have to call the set data. As the object is created, it will call it. Here I will show you how to create a constructor. The syntax of constructor is pretty simple. Just write the name of your class and then round braces. So name of your class is member here and then round braces, curly bracket, and here I will close it. Every class is having its default constructor. So this is the default constructor for the object where the brackets are empty. So here P1 and P2 both are empty. So this default constructor will be called automatically. So we don't have to call this regular method set data using object. Fine. Right now we don't need it. This bracket is empty for both the object. So this way default constructor will be created as you create a new object, and the default constructor will give the default value based on the data type. Integer will get 0, string will get null, boolean will get false. Here you have to remember few points while using constructor. Constructor look a lot like regular method with two basic difference. Constructor name and class name must be same, and the constructor does not have any return type like we have here void in the regular method. Here also we have void in this regular method. Here we are not going to write void, integer or any return data type for the constructor. Just you have to write the constructor name as a class name. And the constructor is invoked implicitly when the object is created using new operator. Even we can give value to the constructor, that is known as parameter constructor. Here I will show you with example. I will give the value to P2 like 2020 and then comma and then Bob. So here I have to write constructor for this object. The constructor name must be a class name with no return type. Here my data type is integer. So first I will write integer and then it is string. So I will go for string then. Whatever value you are passing, that appropriate data type you have to write it. First I will write integer PID, string, pname. Here I will do the work of initialization. So here I will assign it. ID is equal to PID. So this way right now ID is not 0. It will get 2020 from this PID. And name, earlier it was null. Now we will assign this pname. And this P name is Bob. Here I will close it. We did both the constructor, default constructor and constructor with argument. That is all for the day. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned in for the next video.